11 a.m. somewhere, and you know what that means. That means time to start this morning's DDO streams. I'm Samus. We are playing our Paladin Warlock monstrosity here. What am I calling it in the stream title? WarPally. WarPally! Heard some other interesting names for it the other day, like Pallylock, Warladin, stuff like that. But I don't know, WarPally. WarPally is what came to my brain first. Permanent damage. Permanent damage. Get some of this stuff sold. So last night we wrapped up through Rail Cove, took level 18. Trying to think what else, if anything else interesting happened last night at all. We're a ways away from needing level 2 spell components, but that's okay. Oh, let's roll our gold roll. Why not? Or a silver roll. Rawr. Wow, what did we roll? At 98. That's pretty good. What else we picked up? We picked up a tome of Move Silently from 1 to 2. Guess what's probably going to get turned into gems. Into crafting materials. That's right, that tome. Alright. So I'm fairly certain that beef is incorrect. Fairly certain. And the various light auras are not in fact, or the light damage is not in fact, this last damage number here is not in fact being modified by our light spell power. Yeah. It should be going over 8 occasionally if it is, because we have 116 spell power. So, assuming that we did our maximum value of damage of 8, it should do 16. So I had a feeling it's probably melee power based like it's supposed to be. That I'm on a way to boost my melee power right now. Significantly. I guess it doesn't really matter. I'll take Fergus. We're starting to get to the point where we need something to like augment our own healing slightly. I do mean slightly. And maybe that's it. I don't know, we'll see. Alright, looks like some people are starting to trickle in. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Oh, if you're watching this video after the fact, welcome to the vlog. The vlog. Oh, where are we at? 6s. Oh my goodness. 6s. Alright, so at 6 I always want to start with House D quest, but we'll go there second, I think. Today, let's actually start with finishing up the 6s in House Tarasco. At some point today, we also got to clean up the 6s in House yeah, it's fine. We can start here. This is not where I actually meant. I actually meant House Viarlan. But we can start here. These are quick and easy. There's a lot of 6s all over the place, to be honest. 6s, they're not quite as good as like through Rail Cove because they're not as condensed. They're actually spread out throughout the city. So you have to do some running. But there's quite a few pretty good 6s. Storm Reach here. Oh, just F1. Just F1. I need to get some better maps of Eberron imported into our D&D game. We are going to be Zendrick focused on this D&D campaign, at least for a while. F1 for days. I don't know why it's being such a pain. All right. I may have this fan blowing too much on my face. If that's such a thing. Alright. Alright, trolls. Let's do it. Oh yeah, feels good. How's my aura that color? Apparently it is a bug right now. I like it. I hope it stays this color. That's what I understand. I don't know if it's all aura warlocks. I don't know if it's something to do with the celestial warlock. I honestly don't know. But one of the users told me Linabelle admitted that added some sort of bug that made your aura purple. I don't know how true that is. So. Grain o' salt. Man, I can tell the difference in my play performance from yesterday to today. I know I was drifting off a little bit at getting towards the end, trying to push through the Third Barrel Cove really hard. But we're already like bebopping and bouncing around and really making some moves here. The other thing to kind of keep in mind is compared to last life, we're going to struggle in places because we don't have the same level of crowd control. Like, you're surprised at how efficient just casting a bad DC-based web is. Imagine casting a good DC web, which is what we were doing last life, right? Say you did something that stopped 20% of monsters for 5 seconds. Then imagine getting 80% of monsters for 5 seconds. That is what we did yesterday, or we did last life. And now we have no crowd control for no seconds. Alright, we got all the biddies. We have D-doors, so we're out of here. I like this color way more than the original. Yeah, I would like it to match. I would like this cloak to match the aura, but I'm okay with it. So we're going to be doing a lot more moving, running, gunning. That's the point of this active combat system. The thing everyone always asks I shouldn't say always ask. People tend to ask, what's the difference between this game and like a WoW or this game and something else? And I always tell them there's two factors. One, the character creation system is super depth, super deep, incredibly customizable in more ways than I think people really can imagine until they get into it. And the combat system is insane. So, not having the crowd control means you really have to focus on your ability to duck and weave, your WAS skills, as it were, to just not be where the monsters are attacking. I mean, we never even used to lay on hands until now. Bam, did it. We did stop and get one heal through the quest. Feels pretty good. Feels very good. Oh, actually, I forgot we streamed so long yesterday. Our our loot potion wore off. Let's go. Well, we won't do it right this minute. Remind me when the next quest is over. When we head back to the ship to reserve or reboost to throw out. You go get a mana potion. Alright, sorry about that. We're still booting up our nose this morning for sure. So we still have the sneezes and the nose running that comes along with first thing in the morning. As well as they've been cutting I think alfalfa maybe? Or soybeans? They've been cutting something here in Kansas for the last about 2 weeks now. It should probably be wrapping up pretty soon. But man, my nose is not happy about it. Not one bit. They do neg level in this quest, so we are going to drink our Death Ward. Look how sexy. Look how sexy we are in there. Oh, found a Jareeper. Found 2 Jareepers. Thought you were a stick build. Technically I did the stick build last life. We are on again, off again using our quarterstaff some more this life. But the goal is to be a greatsword build for most of the life. That really doesn't start until... Oh, I forgot about Turn Undead. It doesn't really start until next level, but... Well, 50% ain't bad, I guess. It's not good, but it's not, like, terrible. Give us all treasures! Orion mother trucker. He got wrecked. There's a treasure chest in here. For a minute, the way this angles, like, wow, I can't believe they put pumpkins in there. They didn't put pumpkins in there. Stand there and get beat. Just stand there and get beat. And some of these quests are fairly short and sweet and to the point, which is just that, sweet. Some of them get a little longer. We're gonna hit the various houses and Gray Moon Waning, one of my favorite places. It's possible that the new quest chain could actually replace some 6s instead of some 5s by banking level 7 into level 8. If that is the case, there could be some interesting goodness there. This is our last 6 in House Durasco. I don't think I'm going to worry about a hireling here. Oh, something we need to keep an eye on is that I switched the full plate of the Giants, which is a heavy armor with a heavy spell failure. So we have to keep an eye on to make sure that our shield spell actually gets cast in particular. Everything else is fine. We can kind of deal with the rest, but you're an actual Reaper? Nope, you're not a Reaper. Who cares? But yeah, that's something to think about. 5 DR slash, 5 less damage every time something attacks you in heroic levels is insane. It doesn't scale particularly well into epic levels where, you know, you're talking about taking 1,000 points of damage, 5 off 1,000, still 995. But here at the heroic levels where things are hitting you for 20 or 30, it's pretty significant. Did it work? Alright, it worked. Sprint boost. As you guys are trickling in this morning, I do want to say welcome, and I want to say thank you very much for spending some time with us today. I appreciate it. We have exactly 11 monsters murdered, so we are over this quest. Alright, so those 3 quests were 9,000 experience together. Not even a rank, not even a bubble. But Little House P favor never hurts anybody. I believe, or House J favor, I think one of the tiers is hit points, but I don't think it's the first tier. I think it's the second tier. I honestly don't remember. I don't do a good enough job of actually going and getting my favor rewards for those hit points. I should get better. Better at knowing which ones they are and when like they kind of tick in. Because you're talking about picking up, like, first of all, I'm saying like again a whole bunch. You're talking about picking up something in the ballpark of 25, 30 hit points from favor. That sounds right to me, right? You get 10 from Giant Hold, and then you pick up I think 5 from here, 5 from House D. There's another one I think that you get. I always have to look it up. You know what? Maybe we should just do that. Alright, here's the wiki page. Let's just look together. Alright, so agents for Argunescence, a giant hold as 10. House D is 5. We talked about that one. Gatekeepers is 5. We should probably go talk to the gatekeeper guy. How close are we to the gatekeeper favor? We have the second tier, or the first tier, but not the second tier. So do we actually care? Spot? No, we don't care yet. Okay. Harpers, we can't get to the Harpers till much later. House Tarasco, yep, I was correct on the second one being that. So we're at 20. Pearl Dragon Ice doesn't matter yet. Sharn doesn't matter yet, although we will want that later. So yeah, 25. 25 hit points from favor between levels 1 and 18. If you just... Oh man, the Greatsword's taking some hits. We're going to have to whip out our permanent fix-it. I think JavaBot's got one. Don't quote me. Don't quote me, but I think so. I think Java's got one. Alright. Alright, so now can we go to House P? Actually get where we're supposed to go. Yes. Yes, we can. Alright. Oh, it's a shifter. I'm like, man, that guy looks weird. But he's a shifter fighting in Vistonti style with only one weapon. That's pretty weird. Sure, I guess we'll cast, or we'll summon our helper. Alright, jump failed. No, we don't have evasion. We're just brave. Oh, Fergie died. In the fire. Chop some firewood over here. I do kind of feel bad just going in here and wrecking all these guys. They didn't do anything. They didn't know. Whoa, something hit us. Something hit us for 78. Oh, my apologies. I will eventually get this nose to behave. Even if it's the last thing we end up doing this morning. Hey, Matthew, subscribing on the YouTube channel. Appreciate that. I don't know if you're watching live or not, but we appreciate it a lot. Oh, you are watching live. Sweet. I want to play with FD Illusionist on my main character's next life. Definitely Pally Lock or Board Lock. Thoughts on heroic viability? So far it seems okay, but we're not as deep into it as I would like to like really kind of play with it. I actually, if I'm going to be really honest with you, I suspect that some sort of rogue bard, not palette or not swashbuckling monstrosity might be really interesting. It's also got some force spell critical stuff worked in. I'm not sure how useful that's going to be. But it's got a lot of really interesting potential to bridge things together, I think. Maybe some sort of favored soul, some sort of like short sword wielding, so you could get away with using the shadow blades, which I have not summoned yet this level. They're up to impactful 2. Some sort of dual wielding shadow blade. They look sweet though. They look so good. I wonder if you can. I wonder if there's some sort of weird buggy type thing going on right now where you could actually. No, if you unequip them, they blow up. I was gonna say, I wonder if you could like. What is it called? Oh, I already did this quest. Mirror of Glamoring them would be pretty cool. You can cosmetic them, but they disappear after logout. That's funny. Thank you, Beef. Thank you. You read my mind. It took me a minute to get caught back up to the chat. That is not the button I wanted to push. Been Inquisitive Rogue already for a while now, so definitely like the Rogue dip since this is the gear I have. Yeah, I think that if you want to really take advantage of the class, having a really good and really compelling use of the force blades. I mean, you're dual wielding baby lightsabers. If you're gonna do it, you really want to play with your baby lightsaber, right? That's what I think. Uh-oh. Raider, yeah, we're not quite caught up to Raider yet, but we're working on it. Should be able to catch up soon, though. Help him out. Oh, I'm coming for you, Caster Boy. Only one person makes it slick in here, and that person is Tobrel. Oh, 5, please. Nope. Didn't even get a lay on my Smite Evil. Come get us. Oh, beef. I'm 99.9% sure that you can, in fact, not... the light damage from your paladin stuff does not, in fact, scale with light spell power. Has changed for this or the last update, yeah. So I was playing with adjusting my light spell power. I crafted a Radiance trinket, Charisma Radiance, and it's not the values don't change, and it doesn't go above 8, which is the maximum possible value currently. So I think it's probably working as it's supposed to now. So the thing about the cleaves, let's see, where are we going now? House K, I think. Thing about some of the cleaves is they often involve a weapon boost. Like this one in particular is 3 weapon dice boost. Regular cleave, I think, is 1 weapon die boost. So you get some extra boomp out of it. But I can respect people not doing it. It could be they stealth nerfed it, or it could just be that they found, like, they accidentally fixed a bug. Something not lining up with the tooltip. I would be pretty pleased. It is nice to know when that stuff gets fixed, though, so you don't get kind of surprised about it. Yeah, I mean, sometimes taking the feats are still okay, but I don't think you're going to want them very often. They have certainly lost a reasonable amount of value. Alright, shield is landed, jump is landed. Oh, I guess I didn't need this yet. Go back to this. I was trying to kill my dragon. Actually, we should be testing in Reaper mode, because I can adjust my melee power with the with the human versatility, actually. I looked at the distraction thing. I haven't fiddled with it yet. It does seem quite strong, actually. But I don't currently have a character that is interested in using stealth or invisibility. But I have been talking about getting doing a more stealth-based life, and I think it could be interesting. Have I played much Melee Arty? Do I need to do a Pally life? I just hit 18 and starting to plan a next life. Maybe a Pally Arty could be fun. So, I'm a big fan of the Arty in general. I typically, when I splash Arty into something, it's normally something where I want to augment my dice with the rune arm, which usually is something that infers a one-handed weapon. So like, I tend to do Arty splashes on my bards, on my so I can, because you can swashbuckle with the rune arm. I tend to do them on my casters to help augment my spell power, you know, stuff like that. I have not played a straight Melee Arty in a long time. It was actually on the list of things that potentially do today. You could do one with the Paladin, but I think Paladins right now, and a lot of classes right now, are more incentivized to play two-handed fighting builds over a single weapon fighting style. But I suspect a Bastard Sword build could be okay in this current environment. Beef says that a 12 Arty, 4 Pally, 4 Wiz could be a solid tank. Excuse me. I'm actually looking at doing some sort of weird tankish build for the next hardcore server. So it is possible that you'll see me experiment with different weird tank things kind of soon. But I don't want it to be all in, no DPS. Jump failed, shield spelled. Wow. Shield failed again. There we go. Nice cape. I like this cape. This cape is part of the winter package. For the Feywilds, which means this one. Which means you have to get the ultimate fan bundle. Which honestly, I always put the argument out there for people for getting the biggest bundle anyway. But this thing right here, this Tome of Destiny +1 for all your characters, is just bonkers. I think it's I gave it a $30 value, but it may actually be more than that. It may be more like the whole, like it may just be worth it by itself to go from here to here. I'm not 100% sure yet, but it feels very, very, very big. The question is, have you ever wanted one more point in an Epic Destiny? Have you ever needed just one more? But it is true. It is true that I love this cape. In fact, if you check my Twitter feed, this, like, yeah, there's plenty of good reasons or great reasons to buy the expansion pack. But have you seen this cape? I love this cape. This cape is bonkers. If it was orange instead of blue, I would never take this cape off again. I can't say that for sure, but it would be pretty damn close. I want to do a Paladin Life, and I may just do Artie Pally Inquisitive since I'm so used to playing Inquisitive. Inquisitives are very strong. You can do a lot of stuff with the Inquisitive frame and get a lot of fun and value out of it for sure. Would love to do more melee, but it seems like you need more gear. You're just so squishy. So the real secret is that you don't need a lot of gear, but you need gear in certain key places. Okay? And a lot of gear stuff you can actually, if you have a little bit of Cannith crafting stuff going on, you can Cannith craft a lot of it. I would watch Voodoo Spice's channels, videos on power leveling up your Cannith crafting. He does an amazing job of kind of summing up all the things that you want to do to boost your Cannith crafting score. But you can do things like low level invulnerability armor. You can look out for things. Not quite. Look out for random loot gen gear drops and Icy Festival them or Solar Festival them right now. Why, for like low level things. I always keep an eye out for like low level Vorpal weapons of different weapon types that I like. So like a Vorpal Dagger, Vorpal Quarterstaff, Vorpal Greatsword. Look for Keen on certain things like Keen Falchions. Whatnot. You can do this, like you want to do the same thing for double, or for any of the crossbows that you can double crossbow too. So like you keep an eye out for stuff like that, and then you augment your leveling up weapons and your leveling up gear. And then as opportunity arises, you start to pick up, you know, like some other stuff here and there, whatever. At YouTube person. I like that. 15 Pally, 5 Rogue makes a fine Inquisitive, yeah. Tobrel was even talking about how people had finally started figuring out that Inquisitive makes a lot of, or Paladin has starting to make a pretty good range DPS person now. So a lot of the Paladin stuff has been adjusted to include range smites. And then all of this damage, the Slayer of Evil light damage, also works on ranged and goes off of ranged power as well. So like, you can do some pretty cool stuff as a ranged Paladin again. Said it is a good time to want to play and experiment with builds in DDO. Build the character building process and customization for what it is that you want to do is in a very interesting spot right now. Lots of things are viable at different difficulties, at least through the heroics. For epics, things get a little different. I can't comment as much on epics as I'd like. Yep, we're here to help. Glad you could join us. Also, again, thank you for hitting the subscribe button on the YouTube channel. We are trying to monetize our YouTube channel. It's very slow going, so any help is appreciated. So thank you very much for the subscription over there. Looks like beef has some other value here. What is this? The Inquisitive and Defender tree as your main. You can do 85% as much DPS as the #1 DPS on the server and be ranged with 3k hit points. Yeah, that sounds sweet. It does. It sounds very good. My phone is like chirping things at me, but nothing particularly helpful. Just like, oh, why? Why not helpful stuff? You can go with the range pally? Sounds good. Let me know how it goes. Like, I've done some range pallies over the years. I felt like they were all fun. Although I pretty much say that about every build in DDO, why I'm playing it. When a build is not fun why I'm playing it, it takes me a really long time to do the life. I honestly don't remember the last build that I didn't make fun while I was doing it. Open this chest. It's mine. It's mine now. What are you gonna do about it? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Did a 6 ranger, 4 pally, 10 rogue thrower. That was also sick. Because you got the defender boost from wearing a buckler. Ah. Yeah, I kind of like the idea of experimenting with the bard thrower build. I think there's some potential for some really interesting stuff, like a bard plus thrower plus inquisitive. I thought about also putting in some arty splash to be able to continue to up it with the rune arm damage as well. But I think that is not as necessary for post level 20 content. But we'll see what happens. It would also give us access to rogue skills, which also is really good for heroic TRing. Deepwood Stalker is the best tree for throwing. Yeah, that's the other thing. Is like including some Deepwood Stalker action. It gets difficult to do. I didn't summon my hireling. Well. So, trick is, you don't have to fight this last guy. There's a couple of guys you don't have to fight if you have your hireling to be able to to run around and do things. They don't activate on hirelings. This is one of those guys that you can have go and run. The guardian doesn't see your hireling. It's kind of like when you use a hireling to go pull a lever down a long hallway and then dismiss it, or summon it to you so the monsters don't know where the aggro is. There's no path to the pathing. But if you were to go down there, all the monsters that spawned at the end of the hallway would know where you're at. Vishanti is okay, but you have to click so much BS to keep up with the... I don't know, I just think the Vishanti is... Especially the double strike boost thing, and picking up the extra weapon dice, picking up the extra damage. I don't know, there's so many... There's so many ways that you can build different things right now in DDO. It's almost worth it to just go to Lamania, build something, and then see what it's like. I'm not that person. But it's very interesting. Just be able to, like... I just like being able to help with everything. I usually do a Rogue Artie for Rune Arm, Alchemist for Battalion Brew, so I can range trap and heal, just like helping the party. Yeah, I'm usually a one-person. I try to be a one-person party. I like having rogue skills in my builds as well. But when you mostly solo, for various reasons, you have to adapt. Lamania is the test server, right? So before they put out like an update, they usually put it up on Lamania for getting things done. To like get people to try out the new content, try out the new weapons, stuff like that, see what's bugged, get people to report. It's kind of like a user testing, except they trick the community into doing it for free, which is fair. They're exchanging a preview for the labor of testing. So I don't go over there, but I know a lot of people do. And I know like Tobrel in particular. I know a couple other people. They like to go over to the test server and put together builds with the new preview stuff and see how things kind of like go together. One of the big advantages of it is that you can like not auto level up, but you can like click on a guy who gets a bunch of experience. You're like, can I please have a level? And he's like, yes you can. But please sir, can I have another level? Tobrel's Bard build was great at everything. It had one rogue, it could trap, it did good DPS with a great sword and buffed the whole party, had freezes for CC. Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, you literally just talk to a guy and he would give you experience. So a lot of people would go over there and literally just kind of play around, either at different levels or at cap, etc. You can also transfer you can copy a character from live to the hardcore, or not hardcore, Lamania, so you can like fiddle with your character. That's fine. It's its own separate client, so you have to like go get the Lamania client. I don't know a ton of, like, I don't do it, so it's hard for me to kind of give you all the nits and grits about it. Yeah, you can play with all the things basically. It's a way for them to load test the server, not load test, quality assurance test. The more eyeballs you have at something, the more likely you're going to find the errors beforehand. And potentially have it reported. Yeah, it is a test server. So some people use it to test builds, some people go to test the content, some people test out both. So I know quite a few people who just use it as a way to test out their own builds. Yeah, we're probably going to get it a couple of times over the next couple of days or weeks, I imagine. Oh, there went Fergie. It was pandemonium! I mentioned this late last night. One of the advantages and one of the reasons why I run hirelings in my party, at least one, has everything to do with the fact that monsters in this game are going to aggro on something. So if you can make that something not be you, even if it's just for a little bit, it gives you an opportunity to get some work done. So I was originally talking about it in the context of Reapers, you know, getting the Reapers to attack, not necessarily get them to attack, but increase the likelihood that you're not the only target in the dungeon. That was a good example of right there. This ranked is why I wanted you to try the distraction. We might still try the distraction. I'm not saying that we're not going to. This build doesn't seem like the kind of build that's going to take advantage of it as well as, say, some other builds where we're trying to run through or stealth run through. Like, I would be up for giving one a shot for sure. This is my plate mail wearing no stealth skills. Warlock Paladin does not seem like the place. It can tank a Reaper for 6 seconds. Ah, that's kind of cool. That's true. Something along those lines could be really good. If. That could be insanely good. A little bit tempted to go ahead and grab another boost, but I don't think so yet. I think we're gonna keep going up the tree as planned. Yeah, I don't know yet. I believe you target something and it goes out and does its thing. Probably like a bird attack. So we might check on it. We might screw around with it. I do want to continue to play in the tree. Looks like Stream Tom has put out a video on it. I just saw the tweet come across my feed just now, so it's possible that he has some thoughts on it that could be helpful. Over says kill, kill, kill. That doesn't sound very nice. Kill, kill, kill. Oh, come on. Come on, man. Let me in the quest. We'll give DDO a second. We'll give him a second. You guys have anything interesting you want to discuss? Talk about? Oh, actually, I have a text message I need to send out. Need to text Travis. Alright, looks like DDO is going to fail this teleport. Get out of here. You have failed this teleport. Told you to explode, DDO. Yeah, it's trying to crash. So we will... Hi. Welcome. Welcome to All Samus All the Time. God, I feel so sloppy. My magic goldfish shirt. We're rebooting in here. I need to dig up some Magic the Gathering cards today too. Ugh, I'm not ready for this. So I've been working on theory crafting a... Fergie, are you in the quest? I feel like Fergie was probably in the quest. Probably fighting the quest anyway. I've been working on this black-red Thought Knot deck for Pioneer, which is like a much smaller modern for those of you who know a little bit about Magic, but maybe you're not familiar with the idea of Pioneer. Anyway, So the idea is that it goes back a couple of sets, but not as far as some of the bigger formats. Excuse me. Anyway, and I designed the deck around a card called Thought Knot, which is a really weird oddball card where, depending on, you make your opponent discard cards. The idea is that you make them discard cards. And then whenever an opponent discards card, depending on what kind of card it is, you get perks. Right? So like if they discard a land, you get free mana. If they discard a creature, you get a free creature. It's along those lines. If it's not a land or a creature, you draw a card. And I've been picking up bits and pieces of it that I know that I need. But it turns out I don't have the Thought Knot card, the card that actually makes it all go. I have one copy that's regular, one copy that's foil. And I definitely need 4 copies of the card. No, not Thought Knot Seer. I posted the deck list in I think I posted the deck list in the MTG chat group on Discord. I actually think it's going to be a lot of fun. Like, I picked up Crox's. It's a place for my Thought Seizes. It's a place for I think this is going to be, I think it's very strong. Do I have the... I might even have the picture here. Yeah, I have the picture, but not the description. So, Croxa makes an opponent discard a card for 2 mana. Then you can bring it back, unchain it. It's that legendary creature. The guy is extremely good. Stormfist Crusader says everybody draws a card on my upkeep and loses a life. So it gives me fuel on my side of the board to make them discard. So it doesn't... You don't run them out of cards. Or it gives you a card to do on my side. It runs 1 Rankle. I don't know, Rankle may be wrong. 2 Baby Lilies. So the cool thing about Baby Lily and Croxa is Baby Lily will turn over whenever a non-token creature goes to the graveyard. So you play Baby Lily, you play Croxa, it immediately turns over, immediately makes a 2/2, etc. Good morning, Creed. Devriel, 4 mana Lily, potentially Liliana Vesses, the Go Find a Swamp Lily. Thoughtseize, Collective Brutality, Bad Thoughtseize and Lay Bare the Heart. Liliana's Triumph is a way to kill things. Then Waste Not. I know it looks like a lot of fun, and it looks like the kind of deck that's going to eat up my local metagame when it comes to fighting the control deck. And then it lets you run 8 copies of Duress and Despise out of the sideboard to bring in to better refine what you're battling against. Needs more Kolaghan's Command. It's on my short list. It was on my short list. And my Glory Bringers are currently in my real jank deck. I built Indomitable Creativity deck, and that deck is fun as can be. It's not good. It's real bad. It's super jank. It's like Commander levels of jank, but it's real fun. I took a lot more damage there than I thought we would. I could. The thing about Rankle is it works towards the theme. Right? Player draws a card and discards a card. Loses a life. That's all. Honestly, the Rankle probably just should be a third whatever the discard, the discard spell that I have 2 of. It should probably just be that. But I wanted to kind of screw around with the Rankle, I think. But it is possible. Yeah, it's true. I'm hoping... Again, it's part of the reason I'm actually debating on the Kolaghan's Command, so if I get them down to no cards in hand, I can upkeep, make them discard. But I'm also tempted to put in Murderous Riders. It does. It has quite a few. It has quite a few walkers. Also, my local metagame has a lot of walkers in general. But we also have a lot of control decks, and that's what I'm kind of trying to... punish. Like, I almost just went ahead and main decked for Duresses, but then I found that Lay Bare the Heart, and it discards any non-legendary thing, which I need to double check how, because I believe the way Planeswalkers are written, they may count as legendary things, so I may have to go ahead and switch back to Duresses anyway. I don't know if it's legendary permanent, legendary creature. I mean, it doesn't matter as long as I have a good time. I played, I'm trying to think what's the other deck that I played. I played the Oops All Chandra's deck, and as long as I'm not one of those people that doesn't have fun as if I only have fun if I win. I can have fun and lose. Which is why the Indomitable Creativity deck, because it's a lot like that, except it's got a lot of the same bones. But some of the Chandras got replaced with make a bunch of token decks, or token cards. But it's similar. I said it's possible that I need to run what I just say. The 2/3 that can also kill a planeswalker or a creature. It's possible. You might want to run that instead. Anyway, I had to message somebody from out of town in case Wendell does not have those thought knots. Yeah, I feel like the D-Door at level 1 has been very, very good for us. It's probably saved, I don't know, a reasonable amount of time. I don't know, it's probably saved about maybe an hour out of this character's life so far. Maybe not quite an hour, but seems like it. I have not had the chance to look at the loot, no. Oh, aha! Okay, that explains why you're doing a little less damage. I forgot when I logged out and logged back in, I didn't turn everything else back on. Jump failed. Man, that guy's a jerk. No, I need to. We might take the last 10 or 15, 20 minutes of the day's stream and look at the loot when we're ready to bounce. That might be a good use of our time. So I just need to make the time to dig out a few things that I haven't dug out yet and see what I actually need. Yeah, I hope so. I said on DDO Cast that it would really be nice if there's some way to be able to make a set out of something else. So you can like slot part of the set into another piece of gear just so you can play more variety of gear. I don't know exactly how it's working yet, but I feel like from what I've heard, kind of gives you that power. Yeah, I'll get it in a second. If you want to pull up the exact link, that'd be great. If not, like I said, we'll look at it. We'll look at it before we end the stream. Somebody was telling me that, whoa, that did not work out as intended. I thought maybe it would curve around. You could take an augment and turn like 3 copies of the same thing into the set bonus, and then augment it, and that would be sweet if that's correct. Ah, perfect. Thank you, Beef. Hey, come here. No, he's not going to take a step, is he? Come on. Alright, never mind. Alright, let's take a look. What? What troll did I miss? Oh, I know what troll I missed. Alright. Alright. Glancing at the Soul Forged. I feel like we probably just need to give this a real shake here. Alright, Essence of the Cloak of Strahd, 50 Threads of Fate. Nimti Soul Vessel, Cloak of Strahd, level 30 Invisibility Guard. Null Scale Armor, Null Scale Guard on being hit, Litany of the Dead. Profane bonus 2. Yeah, that's pretty hot. Improved Destruction. Seems medium. Soundproof, protects against stunning, dazing, disorientation from sound-based spells. That's kind of cool. A lot of this stuff involving minimum level 30 is kind of a bummer, though. Decrease threat generation by 20%. That's kind of cool too. Well, shield failed by... Everything's failing now. Petrification immunity. Oh yes. The Medusa condom. Alright, set bonus augments. Each of the following is a colorless augment. Slotting one of these augments into an item that already has a set bonus will cause that set bonus to not be suppressed, and replaced as long as this augment remains slotted. That makes sense. Things can only be one augment at, or one set at a time. Although we do have multiple set bonus items, but I understand their desire not to do that. Again, most of this stuff looks level 30. I was really hoping this would not be level 30. Exclusively. Hopefully it's not. 1, 2, 3. Well, it doesn't quite do what I was hoping it would do. And a lot of these are really good. Yeah, I need these to also have heroic versions. If this turns out to be another thing that doesn't, like, where it's clearly needed to be heroic and they just ignore it, nor heroic because they didn't want to or they didn't think about it, I'm gonna be pissed. No, taking 3 suits of like armor, for example, from Ravenloft, turning them into the 3rd set piece, so you can take your other janky armor that you want to wear and put that in there. Yeah, hopefully those will get changed as well. Hopefully they're going to make those scalable and reduce them instead of making them crazy. There's no reason that they shouldn't just scale. Be done with it, but who knows what they'll do. Now I'm a little bit annoyed. I really was hoping that it would you'd be able to take something that doesn't have a particular kind of set item in it and then add that to it. Again, in my brain, Ravenloft, Sharn, etc. Crush a couple of suits of the armor, or even the whole thing, whatever it is. Do an augment that lets it complete it. Be stoked instead, you're almost done with heroic levels anyway. That's not my point. The point is never that I can't do it. My point is always that if you have a big part of the game that is not designed for everybody, or where they could just as easily be designed for everybody, just make it for everybody. Just make it for everybody. I do stuff past 20. There's lots of people who don't play past level 20 for though. There's so many people out there who they don't even have a character at 20. This stream is filled with people that come in and talk about how they have ultitis, they have 40 some characters, their highest character is level 8 or 18 or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of people out there who have not experienced the game post level 20 at all, or very, very little. It's kind of like the statement I made back in the day where it's like, I can't believe people can't get to level 20 on the hardcore server. You know, there are people out there who struggle getting to level 20 in the hardcore server. There's the rest of the pieces of the... I haven't actually seen this on the Warforged yet, though. I don't think I love it. Cough, cough, Jerry cough. Creed, I don't level past 20. So there's quite a few people in this, like, they come to this, they hang out in this stream. I've seen them talk about it in the chat quite a bit. Let's see what we're missing besides the new quests. And I still think them as the new quest, but the new level 6s. Another Man's Chrono, Devil Assault, the rest of Tangleroot. Yeah, it's kind of Promise of Fire. Oh, that's the new quest, isn't it? Forgot about that. Let's go do the new quest. Forgot it's level 6. This could actually murder us a lot. I totally forgot about this quest. Alright, let's look at the name loots. Items in Feywild will use the same internal scaling as the items in Sharn do. You will not experience a numerical jump up in power from going from Sharn to Feywild, not directly at least. Which means that the items will give you a bonus. For example, Strength will have the same bonus to Strength in Feywild as they did in Sharn. Okay, makes sense. Yeah, these traps are gonna be sweet. Apparently there's just a bug in the... Allegedly. I don't know exactly what the deal is. But I was told there was just a... It's just a bug and all this stuff will probably get fixed later. I don't know. I like it this way. I want them to keep it this way. They probably will not, though. Yeah, it's because we like it, they'll probably fix it. Excuse me. There we go. Gonna say, any day, Fergie. Too many low-hanging things. Alright, let's get this guy's aggro and get him to follow us back this way. We'll kill it in here. A bunch of +4 stat items at level 5, a set bonus. Yeah, I'm not saying it's bad. I just haven't finished looking at it. Sorry. Trying to continue to move forward as well as think about things. Heroic items in Feywild are a part of this one seasonal bonus instead of one seasonal bonus instead of everything else. I think that makes a lot of sense. Someone told me that already too. Alright, screw it. Let's look at the exact thing. So, heroic bonus, 2 pieces, 10 to hit points, 3 pieces, 50 to spell points, 4 pieces, +1 to ability scores, 5 pieces, +1 to dodge, 6 pieces, +1 to spell DCs, and 5 pieces MMRPR. Yeah, it's a reasonable set. I was also told that the individual items also seemed good. I think we go this way. Feel like we go this way. We pretend to be Indiana Jones here and get knocked down by boulders the whole time. Yeah, looks like a series of +4 items. Like, these boots may be good enough to actually wear. At level. There's probably an easier way to go through that part, but I don't know it, so this is the way we went. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty stoked with new gear, period. As long as they're not like every single piece with Featherfall, I'm fine. Let's see, we've got bad fortification, armor. That doesn't surprise me. New bracers with power store. There we go. There's something to make me consider actually taking off my dodge bracers. That's pretty good. Alright, so something to keep in mind, that the more these puzzles that are lit up, the more things that are not going to be trapped. Oh, boo. There we go. So that should cover most of the trap things. Trexton? Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa. We just, like, completely ran past where the things are. What is going on? What did I do? I made many errors. I made many mistakes. Take it all back. I thought I understood this quest. Did I not? Save me, Fergus. Ah, it's not your fault. I thought I had remembered how this puzzle was lined up, but I guess I did not. So I must have missed some stuff that I thought I had done. I apparently did not do. There we go. Get back in the middle. Get back in the middle. Mistakes were made. Yeah, I guess I misremembered how the puzzle was lined out. I'll go back and look at it again. See what I did. See what I did wrong. Let's see. That should be... Oh, I know what I did wrong. Okay, I see what I did. I see what I did here, guys. I was thinking this was one more over, and it's not. Alright, so I'm assuming people know this puzzle, sort of at least. So every one of these tiles corresponds to the tiles in the next room. If the light is on here, the tile is going to be turned off up there. So if the tiles are on, they will shoot the traps at you, the electricity, whatever, the badness at you. I thought this was here in my brain hole. And it is very much not. So, unfortunately, this is where the wall starts. So we're gonna have to run through the traps again. But once we jump over we'll take damage for this first one, and then over here, and we should be fine. I'm so bad. See how, if you remember where you did it, right? We look over here. It started at that one and went around that way. Ugh, so bad. Sometimes I am the worst. Over here. Man, I really kind of thought we would be hitting some more of these guys with the turn here, but not quite. Let's see. Only done Promise of Fire one time. Did R10 the first time with Distributed. Yeah, well, I know. Running anything with Distributed is like lessons on how to rush. I don't know how better way to say it than that. The man knows how to get through a quest in a timely manner. Alright, let me see. Save me, Fergus. That's correct. Fergie, baby. I did stabilize, so I would have lived, but that was not particularly likely. Yeah, we all make mistakes. It's fine. Yeah, he's like no fail in general for lots of that stuff. Alright, so we have one of the tiers of House D favor. That is not hit points though, so we can ignore it. So my friend Quiet John would like to play an Aarakocra in our upcoming Dungeons and Dragons campaign. So, an Aarakocra is a bird man, for those of you who don't know, Aarakocra. And it's fine with me, but he's going to be at a disadvantage that he doesn't know about yet. None of them know about yet. So it's fine. So how do I warn him? Okay, so this is what I said. This is my reply. If you like, you can be a bird boy. I will warn you, much of my planned adventure will not be flying friendly, however. See, what does Beef say? Beef says it's fine if that's what you want to do. You may be punished due to world mechanics more than others. Well, I like that, too. With the send button. Aarakocra! Apparently my brother's into the Braves. I don't know. He's looking to pick up a set of tickets and go to the whatever it is. have ship buffs pretty much killed the house favor buffs, and you could do subtle hints. Well, they killed ship buffs, so I guess. In fact, we need to go get ship buffs. So they did impact, I think, the favor buffs for quite a while. However, after Season 1 of the Hardcore, which had no effect on the decision-making process at all, whatsoever, none, zero, zilch, they removed the ability to purchase these shrines from the game. Okay? So, the only shrines that still exist are shrines from people who bought a bunch of them in advance when they heard the news, they made a character, they stocked up, right? Some of us who are slightly more cynical than others believe it possibly was a little bit influenced by the fact that people from the hardcore server that had a guild and had guild ships were slightly more advantaged. What was I saying? Answered John's reply about how he's going to keep looking for other characters. Oh yeah, stocking up in advance. So, yeah, some of us stocked up in advance knowing that they were going to go away, hoping to finish up our heroic TRs before they all time out. That being said, they changed the favor rewards to make it easier to like get all the bonuses at one time. Now you have like one button to get everything. That really helps a lot, as well as some other stuff going on. And I think a lot of that had to do with the hardcore, whether they say they did it or not. Let's see. Let me go back to this for a second. I don't know, much of it's underground, for example. There's pretty big empty halls underground. So, if we're talking about my upcoming Dungeons and Dragons adventure, I've been talking to people about it kind of vaguely in case people are smart and they decide to come and watch the stream. And or they have people who are watching the stream and are willing to like give them hints from the stream. You know, and I know some of them do watch the stream from time to time without saying anything. They have it on the background, whatever. So, I'm trying to be kind of vague about some of the general ideas, but one of the things that the core ideas is that we're going to be ship based, so we're going to do a lot of like traveling to different locations and having adventures. And I've already explained to I didn't summon Fergie. I've already explained to the guys that that they are the away mission for the big boat. So we'll have some missions that are going to be on the boat, and there's advanced gear stuff that they're going to be able to use. Like I mentioned to Loud John the other day, one of the things that the boat will have is going to be like a helmet of scrying with a much bigger range. So one could scry like the layout of the land, the rough idea of the island, stuff like that they're going to venture on, but they won't necessarily be able to scout the dungeon from magical means on the boat or whatever. So one of the things that we'll be doing a lot of is like exploring runes inside of islands, which is one of the things that I'm trying to get away from the big... We've had several really large adventures lately where it seems like things have gotten really out of hand. So I'm trying to kind of scale us back down into a smaller thing for a while. I have some stories in mind, so it's a little bit tricky in places. Let's see, where was I? So yeah, we'll have some big like cave areas and stuff. There'll be places where flying will make sense, but there's also going to be a great deal of just like traditional dungeon crawls, where an Aarakocra in particular would be at extreme disadvantage, and I don't want someone to feel like they're at extreme disadvantage because they want to do like flying stuff, because I think that's cool. So I recommend the Halfling Outrider. They could do like one of the bird dinosaurs as their mount, and then they could always leave the mount at home when they decide to go on a flying adventure. I like my statement because it doesn't give away that they could be at disadvantage, just problematic. Yes, I think that was a good statement. I really did like it a lot. Had I not had to retype it on my phone, I could have just copied and pasted it through like Messenger. I would have stolen your statement. My favorite ship was my favorite on the ship was the Elemental Resist. Didn't care about the rest much. Yeah, it's pretty sweet. Seems like Spelljammer with extra steps. So we're going to be based on Eberron, right? And we're going to do lots of like piratey type things, at least at first. Wow, we took a... Oh, we had that take extra damage thing. That's sweet. Spelljammer with extra steps could be a good way of describing it if we take away the travel to other places and put the boat on the water. But I just kind of want to play with the the idea of being nautical. We haven't done a nautical themed thing. Oftentimes, because it involves extra rules, certain things get ignored in our campaigns, like horses, water travel. Those things involve extra rules. We're just going to ignore it. So I want to try to expand my DMing comfort as well by adding some of these things that I normally don't do because they have extra rules. So I'm also looking forward to just like the change of theme. So one of the things that I kind of hope somebody decides to do is get like a shark familiar or something, some sort of like water-based familiar or animal companion. I think that'd be really fun. Stuff like that. Like I just really want to play with the theme a lot, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Then as the adventure unspools and I share more of this stuff with you guys because they've successfully gone past some things, then we can have more in-depth conversations about things that I've planned and why certain things are going to be kind of weird. A cool idea would be for every arc to be a different genre, like start as a pirate and then the next chapter have them go into a town and transform into a western and then get teleported underwater lab and do sci-fi robots. That's very similar to what I have in mind. To be really honest, it won't necessarily be by chapters, but it'll be scenarios that they're going to encounter are going to be a lot of changes. So for example, without going into a lot of details, because I don't think I have mentioned this to anybody, but the first series of adventures that they're going to go on will actually be at a remote southern outpost. So it's actually going to be like a snow. It's going to start with like a snow adventure. So the general theme is that they're going to be on the ship called the Thunder. I don't remember now. I have it. This is the name of the adventure. I looked up a bunch of different cargo hauling ships, and I like merged some of the names together, and now I don't remember what it's called. I wanted to give it like a really weird name. Like from the comic books or something, like the Milano or something that I thought would be really, really memorable. But I don't want them thinking that I'm taking ideas from a particular source material, in case in the future I decide to pick ideas from a particular source material. So instead, I just Googled around and found real cargo ships and picked one. So anyway, the idea is that they're running cargo, but their captain likes to take on side quests and has an overarching side adventure planned for himself, and they're helping him kind of like do some things. Good ship lollipop, exactly. Exactly. And they're welcome to give it a nickname and do stuff with it. Like I said, I'm literally yeah, that's ready to go. Literally want them to just play and have a good time based off of whatever they want to do. And I, as long as they are not overly coordinated, that's one of the things that I warned them about. So, like, for example, when I first told them that I wanted to do a nautical-themed adventure, Tobrell, like, tried to convince them all to be Warforges and all of them like warforged artificers, so they can like all fix each other. They didn't have to worry about drowning or swimming or anything like that. I'm like, all right, well, if you somehow do get knocked off of the boat, then and you can't catch up or they can't rescue you, then you'll be rolling up another character. He's like, well, I'll roll up the exact same character then. I'm like, okay, that's fine. But like, I just don't want... I don't want them to pre-coordinate such a big plan where then I have to start fighting with all sorts of stuff. But then I also told them, if they did all decide to be Warforges, did I physically not pull that lever? Then I would add rust weapons to the game, and they would become very popular. Nautical theme sounds like a recipe for rust damage. Alright, which... Did I not click this one? I swear I clicked it. What did I do? Yeah, it looks like it's glowy. Right? It's glowing. Did I misdo the puzzle? I mean, it's not the end of the world, but... It's weird. The fire puzzle... Oh, I did mess this up. Great. Okay. You just have to light them. You don't have to light them all at once forever. You just have to light it once. Huh, that's weird. Yep, I guess that's what happened. Okay. So one of the things that I want to do, as I already told them, this is a massive ship, right? Like, the crew's going to be huge, and some of them are going to be not very important to the storyline, and some of them are going to, I'm hoping to make them extremely paranoid about. So I'm trying to find like really interesting and colorful names or facial character, like descriptive characteristics, to really kind of set them in their mind. So I just want them to be extremely paranoid at all times, is one of the things I really want to do. Because I'm going to get special artwork. Not special artwork, but I'm going to find artwork and make special tokens. Just really get them weird. Please make a cabin boy that really sucks up to the umbrella and stabs you in the back. I don't currently have any plans for actual backstabbing, but that's not how it works. So the players will always tell you how they want the adventure to go. So like, you introduce a couple of characters, they're going to decide one of them is evil and like really kind of push things a lot. Alright, so oh, smoke aligned. Apparently this was broken for a while. Anyway, like I said, they'll tell you who to turn into a bad guy and who to do stuff with. Let the kid look up to Tobrel. Tobrel welcome into the fold. Maybe. Or, more likely, Tobrel will just find a way to kill the person for no good reason because Tobrel's paranoid. I cannot tell you how many perfectly good NPCs our group has ruined for absolutely no reason other than because we thought it was funny. Literally hundreds, probably. And that's just what I want. I want to give them an opportunity to like really screw around with stuff. And really, because again, we've had these adventures lately where, so, for example, Tobrel just got done with this year-long adventure where we literally the game, we nicknamed it Friendship Was Magic. Literally because instead of killing monsters, we would make them into friends. So then we had like a home base, and it was just like Monster Town. And it's like, no, you're supposed to fight those guys. Let's just be friends instead. What's your grievance? Let's resolve your grievance in a non-hostile, non-swordy way. We did a lot of that kind of stuff. Make him a lovable child prodigy. Make him refer to him only as sir. Hey, good morning, Smash. Welcome to the stream, buddy. What if I made him so lovable that Tobrel's inevitable betrayal really cuts hard? So it's not the prodigy that inevitably causes the betrayal, but Tobrel himself. So when inevitably Tobrel becomes paranoid and kills this kid, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Right now, I believe Tobrel is planning on playing some sort of Warforged monstrosity. I don't think it's going to be what he really wants, but let him do whatever. Let him do whatever. That's my motto. Yeah, we'll see what we can do. Like I said, I'm excited to give things a shot again. I haven't DM'd on a consistent basis in a long time, so I'm actually pretty excited to do some DMing for a little while. So I guess one of the things that I bring it up for, and I'm asking you guys for, is that is like interesting characteristics, names, stuff like that. And I have a very specific initial outline. I didn't mean to lay on hands. That'll probably give us the first 6 to 8 months, maybe longer, the way that these guys like to play sometimes. But then I'm hoping that it's going to be loose enough that we can work in things as they start to creep up. So like, for example, if someone goes, hey Sam, I'd really like to do X with my character, I'm hoping to be able to easily work X into the character. Johnny the Beeve Harrelson? Somehow that doesn't sound correct to me. We're coming up on 1:30. I am getting those hungers. I went to bed hungry last night, actually, as well. I was kind of surprised at. I knew that when I didn't eat a second real meal, I just had a couple slices of cheese before starting the stream, that I was going to be hungry last night, but now I'm super hungry. Thamor Willow Weave. I mean, I'm down. You're welcome to throw things out, because I will take all of them. In fact, I will pull out my notes. Oh, I bet it's in the DM page, actually. Alright, I pulled up my notes. And if you have ideas, I will copy and throw them into the notes folder as potential NPCs to flesh out. We're running 5th edition. Is this where I want to go? No, I don't care about this optional. You gross. Yeah, I let them vote. That's what they wanted to do. So, for me, it doesn't really matter what the rules are. I'm just going to do whatever I want anyway. So, really the rules are for them. Alright, row 9. Is this a 9? This is 9. Alright, sweet. Alright. 1 book left. That is, none of those things are the buttons I wanted to push. One of the other things that I'm planning on doing is taking a lot of the artwork and mostly artwork, really, from the Magic the Gathering did a Pirates versus Ninjas versus Dinosaurs set not long ago. I'm trying to think what it's called. Yeah, I can't think of the name of it off the top of my head. But one of the things that they did was there was a lot of like pirates and artwork and stuff on the Magic cards dealing with the characters in that mode. So my plan is to use a lot of that artwork to kind of help inspire certain things. So, like, for example, I've already said this, but the captain of their ship is based off of the Jace from that set block. So I've already made a token with that Jace. Some of the artwork from that Jace. Stuff like that. There's a couple other, pieces of artwork that we're going to use here and there for NPCs and such. So I'm hoping to draw a lot of inspiration from a bunch of different sources when it comes to NPCs and artwork and stuff like that. Hopefully it's gonna be a lot of fun for them. Again, in the sense that we haven't had an adventure along these lines really ever. I'm hoping. A lot of what we do is more traditional dungeon crawly type stuff, which I do want to do plenty of that as well, because again, it's a lot of what our group enjoys. But at the same time, I also want to make sure that we cover some of the other genres, except for your traditional, like, European-esque, so like knights and wizards. Begin the speech. Tell a dirty joke. Yeah, that's one of the other real big advantages of playing on Eberron is you can have the monster races in the easily into the story. Don't want to pull that fight if I can avoid it. There's no reason to do so. Alright, well now we're healing on our own, which is fine. Well, I can't believe that the methods were the toughest fight. Time is it? It is 1:34. Yeah, we have time to probably get through a couple of these bad boys here. We only got 2 more left. We should probably level if not after this one, the next one for sure. Give unto me said wand. Doesn't really matter where I equip this. End up going quite a bit up here, I think, which is good because I like going as high up as I can. Whoa, why did you turn the feather fall off there? Huh, that was kind of odd. Oh, Beef, are you still around? I'm sure you're still around somewhat, but Samus no like that. How do you Yeah, the puzzle was goobered up before we even got here. Nope, I think no, it's not this either because of that one. Yeah, I'm not a fan when this puzzle is messed up. I do not know how to fix it when it's wrong. Anyway, I've been reading the Dresden book, Beef. I feel like if Murphy doesn't get her holy sword this book, I'm going to be really annoyed. Alright, so they're all on now, so now we can run around this outside edge. There we go. Feel like she has been set up to take the holy sword at great expense. We'll see, though. I don't know. I don't want to make predictions because Butcher is very good at not doing what I think he's going to do, which is why I continue to enjoy his books. There are not that many people that can actually surprise me when it comes to plots like that. He does a pretty good job, so hopefully this one small thing will work out the way that I want it to. Speaking of the Dresden books, for those of you who have not been keeping up, you had part 1 and part 2 of the new book essentially come out in a relatively short period of time. But now you have both halves of the book, so people can get away with reading it now. Highly recommend that particular book series if you're into like modern day setting magical things. Let's throw our wand here. Who is Dresden? Dresden is he's anchor too far away. It's probably this way. A wizard set in now. He works as he opened up a private detective agency sort of type business. So but he lists himself as a professional wizard in Chicago. And he gets in like every adventurer, more and more grandiosage trouble. Yes, the Dresden Files is yes, it is the Dresden Files. Is a Harry definitely dirty too? Seriously, not here? Now it's just too far. I'm actually a little bit shocked that we got a flag back in the other room and it's not here. Just gonna go ahead and pop one of these way down here just to make sure that it's not. Yeah, see, now it's just far. Don't think it's in this room, because otherwise it should say close if it's in this room, but check it, I suppose. Ow! Nope, close now. Must be behind this wall. Or this wall, I suppose. No? I guess it could be under us? No, wait. I didn't see it, neither that. It must be under us. I suppose it can be down in that big room. I just don't see it in there very often. But I suppose first time for everything, right? I was dumb. I meant to hit this button. Can we please open it now? Thank you. Yeah, it's not in the big room. I have seen it in this little room before, but again, I don't ever think about checking that room very often. There it is. Is that everybody wanted to wrestle? No, here they come. Hey, Fergie baby, give me a heal. Alright, I think we're probably good. Nope, there's our chain. Strength gone, but not forgotten. Oh, we have some sort of... Is that a Fear Reaper? It is a Fear Reaper. Alright, no big deal. Fear Reaper is fine. Deal with that. That is not a thing. Collectible. I remember right, the trap is around the lever, not the chest. Also, it didn't hurt that bad. Kind of surprised about that. I expected that to hurt real bad. Took a negative level. Took some sweet damage. Oops. I wanted to fix this first. Alright, while we're waiting for this guy, I'm just gonna skim through. This ring is cool. Ring of Spring Storms. Reasonable spell power, reasonable lore at level 5. That is cool. Lightning lore and sonic lore. It's a new buckler. Guard breaking, immunity to slippery surfaces, save, spell resistance, made of crystal. I didn't kill the guy, right? He just teleported to safety. I don't think I killed him. Oh, I just say I killed Argus Blackstone. I think that's his name, right? Never mind. Crown of Butterflies. You have permanent Crown of Summer. That's pretty good. 10 melee power and 5 range power at level 5. That's big game. Gross. The puzzle's set up in a way that I don't know either. Man, what is it with the puzzles today? I feel like if they're messed up like this, I should just leave. Hey Melanie, how's it going, my friend? Hope you are having a good day. Alright, so if I turn those off, these will change, but I guess we try it. God. Alright, that's all on. It is not on. That's basically where it was. Did the new quest with a friend, the new one available, the fire. Yep, we did that one a little bit earlier. On R6, level 28, went pretty smooth. 2-man, nice. Yeah, I just finished it up on Reaper 1 solo at my level. Yeah, this is wrong. I'm just going to turn those two back on. I'm about to solve this puzzle the poopy way. Because I honestly don't know. You got Terrific Tome and used it for the Magister Aura? Yeah. Alright, let's see. I guess we'll just do this let's do this way. It sounds like Remington's probably getting ready for work. It's almost 2. Takes 2 to 3k damage, but you got low force spell power at the moment. Yeah, I mean, you do a lot of work with little bit of effort with some of that stuff. So one more point, man. One more point is gonna go a long way. I think a lot of people are gonna be pretty pleased. There we go. Now we got it. All right. Oh, I guess I don't have to open all the doors, do I? I just have to find the right guy. Oh, I guess I need this collectible. That's important. Important to me. Yeah, I'm gonna have to learn this other puzzle at some point. Well, they won't want people to skip things until later. You know what I mean? If that's what you mean. Yeah, they're not. It's just like back in the day, you couldn't take you couldn't take and play. There we go. This is the guy we're looking for. Like iconic, or you couldn't use your Hearts of Wood to take. Okay, what's going on? We take enough damage that this doesn't work now. There we go. You wouldn't be able to fire off like the new class levels and stuff. Couldn't stone. Couldn't do any of those things. I don't feel like that's unreasonable. Can't get any benefit at the moment for past lives. Oh. Why? Oh, you don't want to waste your current life? Basically what you're saying? It's a kind of a minor problem in my thing, my book. Oh. Working on my triples. It'll get there. It will get there. Just hack our way through all this. You know what's a little bit irritating now that I kind of think about it? I spent a little bit of time working on JavaBot, trying to get him in-game viable so I could alternate, not alternate per se, but I could spend some time working on some streams where we're doing TRing and some streams where we're working on some post-level 20 content. And every one of the builds that I tried on Java just didn't come together the way that I thought they would, or they got nerfed, or whatever. Where if I just would have stuck with Samus, we would be working on Shifter right now. Even if you just count the like 2 lives that, or 2 or 3 lives that Java has done, because he was already several lives into his completionist train. It's possible he just becomes a melee Sork and becomes done. I didn't post any. This was the build that I used was a Java is currently a zombie inquisitive, so that his build had nothing to do with that. I'm just using a random loot gen greatsword, keen greatsword that I have augmented years ago with Festival Icy Burst to get a little bit of extra damage every once in a while. Next level we'll be switching to the Echo of the Razor, Blood Razor, whatever it's called. We missed some kobolds. Again, I don't mind if builds get changed or nerfed. That's not a big deal. I just found a build that I thought was going to work well for him, that I was going to enjoy. Okay, I must have not needed to kill any more guys. It just is still webbed up for some reason. Maybe it wasn't webbed up. I thought it was webbed up still. Made a fun Deep Gnome build. Looking forward to some Deep Gnome action pretty soon. Hack away at the little kobolds, then at the big one. Get all the treasure. Didn't get any treasure. What a rip. Uh-oh. Lay on hands here. This guy. This is where the danger is. Okay, found it. I'm trying to figure out why we're taking all this damage. Sometimes the danger is obvious when you think about it. Being set on fire can be dangerous. Ellery, why are you not giving me more heals? I thought you loved me. Still faster than healing up with healing potions. Pulling out Ellery. Letting her go to work. Still faster than healing potions. No, well, no worries. I'm here to entertain you, remember? Not the other way around. Although you entertaining me back is nice. I do appreciate it. I do appreciate it when people help drive the conversation. Certainly makes the stream a lot more interesting for everybody, especially me. Huh. Do not recognize that number. Think you told me about it. It's a Wizard Fighter Wraith Melee Kopesh build. Bits and pieces that sound really familiar, but I don't remember all of it, I guess. Come down here. Wonder if Remy goes in late today? Sorry. I really kind of want to check on Remy because I don't know if he knows what time it is. But I guess on the flip side, if he decides to be late to work, it's not my problem. They've been asking him to come in all sorts of weird times the last 2 weeks too. They had some people test positive for COVID. They're not quite back yet, I don't think. I think they'll be back sometime the middle of this week, assuming they have their double negative tests. Got high swinging, attack, double strike, and healing, incorporeal, and dodge. Yeah, there's some interesting wizard things going on right now. Wizard is in a very good spot if you like playing wizards. I just Kopeshes are tough. Kopeshes in particular are tough for me right now. Finding a feat to burn is not easy. I don't know. The other kind of thing is that it's so good to be two-handed right now instead of two-weapon. It's also pretty good. Yeah, he's 100% cooking something. He, Remington basically exclusively uses our air fryer. We no longer have a microwave, and I kind of want to get rid of the air fryer. I think when Remington moves out, it's going to go with him. Not that it's not nice, but we just don't use it that much. But Remington uses it every day, pretty much for every single meal. I'm thinking what I'll probably do is get the lid attachment for my Instapot that turns it into an air fryer. And I might try it. But it makes a terrible noise that I find to be extremely distracting. So I apologize for... If you're like, Samish, just let it go. Now you understand why I can't. Whee! Again, I apologize. It drives me bonkers. Alright, you think two-handed fighting is nice for mobs, but single weapon fighting is nicer for DPS, in your opinion? The only time that I think I would rather be one-handed right now instead of two-handed right now is if I were doing a dagger build or some sort of ranged build. I think literally everything else I would rather currently be two-handed. I don't even think the rapier, like for a swashbuckler, I don't even think a rapier is better than two-handed right now. Yeah, even for an assassin, I think that I would rather be two-handed right now. I mean, I literally did a two-handed assassin build using this Sword of Shadows. It's kind of gross. Two-handed is just as, I mean, I guess I don't understand why it's bad against single targets. How's the keto going? I have been reducing carbs and no sugar for 11 months. Just 4 more kilograms to lose. I'm at the point where I'm basically losing a pound a week right now, I think. So I need to actually kick it up a couple of notches. So I have no sugar, and I do I stay under the 20 grams of carbs pretty easily most days. Every once in a while I probably get a little bit closer than others because of like almonds or some sort of nut. Or like if I have an avocado. But I think I do a pretty good job of keeping it under control. The other big thing is the wife is ordering some magic spoon. So we might get into some occasional magic spoon action here. But my plan is to, after Christmas, go on... my weight is currently 270, roughly. It varies a little bit, so figure things out. But those things with fiber you can discount from the cart. Yeah, that's the idea, is that they have the the pass-through carbs or whatever they call them, so you can get a little bit of that in every once in a while. But anyway, after Christmas, I'm going to get on Thomas DeLauer's 30-day meal plan for cutting weight. I'm going to try to cut hard again. In kilos, I don't know what that is in kilos. 122. Again, that's roughly. I am 5'10". I got the belly on me. Alright, we can just keep going up Warlock now, I think, for a little bit. Correct. 2 inches shy of 6 feet. Or, actually, do I want to... Ooh, maybe I don't. Maybe we want a Paladin level. Let's... So, the reason why I'm actually debating on the Paladin level, here at level 6, or 6 Paladin level, would be the deity-based feat. And if I remember correctly, the deity-based feat for the sickle, which is what I took, is the luck. The luck is the big heal. Think I'm wrong about the number? Which number? 270 pounds to kilograms. Again, that's roughly. And then, 177 centimeters. Said I... Let me see. I think the wife actually took a... Put a picture of me up on her Instagram, perhaps. Oh wait, I know where we can go. We can just go to her Facebook. Alright, so there's a picture of me. Still got way too much here and here. Said I'd like to lose another 70 pounds. At least. So I'd like to lose another 31 kilograms. It's going to take time. Sounds a lot. It is a lot. I sat on my butt and I drank Mountain Dew. Liters and liters and liters of Mountain Dew a day. Like 5 liters of Mountain Dew a day. So before I actually was diagnosed with my migraine pain, right, I was taking over-the-counter pain medication just like it was nobody's business. And I was drinking Mountain Dew like crazy. Just chugging it. The reason why my doctor at the time thought the reason why was I was self-medicating and I didn't realize it. I kind of want to get these extra lay on hands. It's a lot to lose, but you'll feel great. Yeah, exactly. I know it's going to take a while to lose it. It took me a while to put it on, so it's going to take a while for it to come off. That's all. Just be aware of certain metrics. The adage of a man under 100 kilograms is no man at all. So what's 100 kilograms? And I never heard that before. $220? Really? I don't know. I definitely feel like I should get under that. I definitely feel like I need to lose some weight on that one. I know. I was gymming really hard and doing a bunch of stuff, and I wasn't losing any weight. But I was more active. I just didn't feel like I was getting things done. So, changing this diet, I think, has really helped a lot. And then also, I've recently acquired a pair of hiking water shoes. These are called Zero shoes. So, like, they're ultra lightweight. They're good for hiking, and they're good for getting wet. So hopefully with these new shoes on, I'm going to be a little bit more motivated to get out and get some stuff done. Hopefully we'll be able to go for a walk, a couple of walks this weekend if I can. God, I really want to get these lay on hands. I think we're probably just better off going like this now. I don't know. Maybe I don't need these lay on hands. Maybe I do. Look up Dr. Steven Erberg on YouTube. I don't recognize that name. How come if I Google it, the first thing that comes up is quack? I'll check out some of his stuff. I bet he and I are probably of a like mind, just kind of like reading some of his, some of the titles to his things here. We'll take a look at it. Drinking's not good for you. The science is back and forth.
Some of the science says 5 drinks a week is really good, and then there's a new study that came out this week. I think it said 7 drinks a week is bad for you. I don't know. I don't drink very much, so drink very rarely. He has some useful tips on weight loss. Yeah, I'll check it out. Like I said, I've been really following Thomas DeLauer a lot. Oh. This is the guy that I've been using. He does a lot of stuff on fighting off keto stuff, exercising, a lot of food stuff, really. But he also recently has put out a video on a diet here. So I'm gonna be doing this, I think, at the first of the year, trying to do a little bit of a cut. So we'll see what happens. Try to lose some of this. Work on adjusting some of my exercises so it's more targeted, stuff like that. Still feel good, so drinking's good for me. I mean, you're not gonna hear me tell you no. That's for sure. How is the new Fey tree? So far it's been kind of good. It's enabled this build in a way that other builds, or this build, would not be enabled before. So we are charisma based. Like heavily charisma based. So having charisma to hit and damage is pretty good. We're using a shield, which is giving us 10 to our PRR, and then if we pick up Night Shield, we'll be able to pick up another 10 to our MMR, which is pretty good. And then the Shadow Blade Imbue is not the best so far. So let's hit it and take a look at it. Still just +1. Yeah, it's still just +1. Where if you were to make the Shadow Blades now, the Shadow Blades would be Force Blast 2 and Impactful. So I mean, that is a very reasonable set of damage. No, we're human. This is my last human life. And then we'll be able to start on shifters. You know, it might be better off actually for us to bend the light here. Take this point back out. Yeah, I'll probably do that with our next rank. I'll take this point back out, we'll bend the light, and then we'll switch to these bracers full time. Or do I even care? They are good. They are really good. Yeah, we'll probably do that. That gets to go away. So the reason I'm a little bit hesitant to do that is we actually have lots of Ghost Touch gems. I think I'm going to go ahead and stick one in here anyway, even though this will give us Ethereal pretty soon. You know what? How many do we actually need to do that? 10,000? Yeah, maybe not. We don't need very much to make that happen. That's probably fine. Yeah, we'll wait for this in a little bit. And then next level we get our SOS, and then we don't care anymore. Life is just gravy. Oh yeah, the damage is looking so good. Any idea what I'm going to do with this iconic shifter? I don't know yet. I haven't looked at shifters hardly at all, to be honest. I thought at first I'd probably do some monk stuff, but it sounds like some of the monk stuff's not going to work out the way that we kind of thought it would. Oh, also, don't these kick in at 10 or 9? They do. Get a Spinal Tap, you won't need SOS. I feel like I know that. I cannot think of anything that competes with the SOS. Yeah, it's a bastard sword. Yeah, this is okay. It's no SOS. It's okay. Yeah, it's a chainsaw sword. Chainsaw sword versus SOS? Come on, come on. Crit machine over here. Where's my SOS? I can't find it. There it is. Uh, 17 to 20 times 3 versus 19 to 20 times 3. 1.5 times a D11 versus 2D6. Comparable. Plus 5 instead of plus 3. Adamantine versus bone. Bone doesn't have very much hardness. So, this thing should just crit like crazy. Versus Human Bane, Hemorrhaging, Puncturing, and Wounding. It's got a purple slot, though. It is good. It is good. Oh, no, I need to learn this quest a lot more. Looks like there's a little bit of a walkthrough. I might go experiment with it at some point. Just try to figure it out. I just don't know it. I need to learn it. I need to go pick up this Elemental Bloom for sure. Golden Aura of Death doesn't look terrible. Fire vulnerability, fire guard, flaming resistance. What? Oh, it's a collar. I was thinking it was a necklace for us. So yeah, I need this elemental blue. Gotta get one. Okay, let me just glance through the rest of this here, make sure that we're caught up. I bought a bastard sword from the auction house with 10 Seeker back in the days, was a pally. Yeah, Paladins in my brain are crossbow users or greatsword users right now. You could get away with like a great axe or something too. Maybe a quarterstaff, but I really like putting both of my hands together to cut things down. What happens to your previous life bank after next TR? So you have to empty your TR cache before you're allowed to turn in your Heart of Wood to be able to TR. So this has to be empty before I can TR, which means I got to pick all of these items and put them into my combination of my bank and my backpack, or my TR or my shared account bank. It's pretty crazy. Twisted Tolerant Blow because a guy called you a cheater. Sure what Tolerant Blow is. Huh. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Alright, everybody. Unfortunately, it's well past 2 o'clock. I need to eat and use the restroom. I gotta get ready for work this evening. You're doing stupid damage at a melee at level 22. I mean, figuring stuff out, my guy. Figuring things out are always good. Besides, haters gonna hate. Can't worry about that. I should slot this thing. I don't know with what, but I should slot it with some things. Some like either double slot it with the like the eye of something gems, or maybe look at the Maybar stuff for whatever you critical. What is it called? The vampire one. Do I have one on me? Like, we could put Ghostbane in it, but I think we're just next level, or next rank, we're going to switch it. Yeah, I don't see the other one. Okay, so a quick couple of announcement type things. First of all, I'm going to probably try to stream at least a little bit on Saturday, I would assume. I'm really enjoying this build, and I would like an extra day of playing. I just don't know when I'll be able to do it. It may be late in the evening, it may be during the day, probably late in the evening. But I'm going to try to get one extra day of streaming in this week. So be sure to subscribe, follow, whatever the buttons are, so you can catch us when we go live. Hopefully, like I said, I think tomorrow I don't want to make any promises because we're not going to make it back tonight unless we make it back like super, super late. But that's, I don't feel super likely. Also, we're at like my favorite level range here at level 9. We're like Gwyland Stand, the Pit, Tir de Con, the second half of the Irestone Inlet chain for the Saga. So, I want to say Attack on Stormreach, but that's wrong. The House Beneath chain, like Bargain of Blood, that stuff. So we have like all these really fun level 7 quests that I love to do. And then we just roll right into the 8s. Right, like we're right at that window where we can just bam, bam, bam. So I definitely want to get some work in, mostly because I want to spend a little bit of time and a little bit of extra time working on Maybar. And I think I want to do Maybar around level 13 after we finish. I think I want to do it around there, level 13, after we finish the Ravenloft. I think I want to use it to put us from, jump us to Giant Hold, because I like Giant Hold a lot. And then from Giant Hold to the end, it's easy. So I think the window where we're looking for experience is that 13 to 15 range. So I'm trying to save the first time bonuses each life for there. So we're going to see how it goes. Alright, one other thing. I'm going to throw the YouTube link out, and I'm going to throw the Patreon link out. Again, if you can support the stream, patreon.com/Samus is a great way to do it. $1 or $2 a month goes a long way. If you can't support financially, please consider joining us at youtube.com/SamusGrobo. Subscribe over there for free. Interact with a couple of the videos over there. Like them, dislike them, leave comments, whatever. Great way to support the stream and some of the video contents, and I really appreciate it. Alright, everybody, with that, I'm going to get out of here, get something to eat, and we'll see you guys hopefully tomorrow. Peace and much love, y'all.